Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. Today it's time for another run through, and it's the Caverna, the Cave Formers. And this game is designed by Uwe Rosenberg. It's published by Mayfair Games, and this game is sort of the follow-up to the popular game Agricola, which is one of my favorites of all time. But I start out with this one, and then I will do a run through for Agricola later on as well, sort of saving the best for last. But this game is very good as well. It's just different. This one is sort of a smorgasbord of opportunities. There's so many things you can do. It's a bit tighter in a two-player game than it is with 4 or 5 players. You can play this game all the way up to 7 people, actually, or from 1 to 7. You can play it solo as well. But I don't know if I haven't tried it with 7, but it seems like there would be a lot of downtime between waiting for your turn and so on. But I want to try it sometime when there's plenty of time in a game night. Alright, so let's start with taking a look at the components. There's a lot of things for this game. These are all the sort of wheat and food and pigs, wood, some dogs and ore and sheep and stone, and levels for the dwarves when they go on expeditions with their weapons. And we have some donkeys and cows and some coins as well. So there's a lot of things going on in this game. It might seem a bit heavy at first, but it's quite easy to play. This is the main board here that we're seeing. And this one is a bit small, as this is going to be a 2-player run through. With more players, you insert more boards here, so there's more sort of all of these places that we can see are places you can send your dwarves to do different things, or your workers. In this case, the workers or characters are a family of dwarves. And as we know from the sort of lore, from the fantasy lore, dwarves like to mine. So in difference from Agricola, I'm not going to compare the whole game to that, but instead of just having our field here where we will plant crops, we will build pastures to hold farm animals and so on. We also have this cave system. And in the cave you will excavate to get more rooms and tunnels and so on. You can build mines, and you can also sort of, in these rooms you will build buildings or furnish the rooms into different things. It could be like, we start with 2 dwarves here, 2 workers, and they live in this entry-level dwelling where it's room for 2 dwarves and 1 pair of animals. So we could have some animals here as well. But then we will need to get more dwellings, which are sort of where the dwarves live, and then we can also get some different kinds of bonus buildings. Over here we have some of the buildings. These boards, they are split like this, they can be switched over, and then there's like twice as many buildings. But I'm playing the sort of I don't know, entry-level version here with just a few buildings, because there's so much to there's a lot of things here anyway to mine. So let's start there, and so we'll get started. Every round, this game will last over 11 rounds, and these cards will be flipped to indicate which round we are on, and so we will get more and more places to go to as well. So the first thing that happens in a round, we will start now, it's the round card is flipped, and so we can now go to the blacksmith as well and get some weapons with using the ore like this to make weapons for our dwarves, and then with weapons they can go out on expeditions, sort of adventures. So we will start off. I am the first player, indicated by this little marker. I have my red dwarfs, and let's see. Now I get to send one of them. Where do I want to go? Let's see. I think I will just go to the ore mining. I will get 2 ore. And here I would also get another 2 for each ore mine I have, but I don't have any ore mines yet, so. But I'm starting to build up so I can get some weapons for my dwarves eventually. Then it's Draco's turn. He has his green dwarves, of course, and he will go somewhere. I think he will go to get some wood over here. So that's 3 wood. And he could also go on an expedition here if he had a weapon for his dwarf, but he doesn't, so that doesn't happen, because it says then ore, so he doesn't have to do it. And as you can see, there are some resources out here, and if you take a look at the logging here, for example, there's a red orange arrow here. So every round is going to be filled. We're going to fill up the board with resources, so it's going to be 3 more wood here every round. Unless there's already wood here, then it's only going to be 1 more, which is in this little text here. And so that was Draco's turn. Now it's my turn again. And I will go over here, which is the starting player. I'm already the starting player, but you can go here to grab the starting player. I will get the food that's here, this one, and I get 2 ore as well. So I'm continuing to build up my my ore there. And as you can see over here, there's all these kinds of resources. Actually, we start the game with 1 food each as well. So we'll put out that, and so we'll try to get all of these different resources to build the buildings and to improve our farmlands and our cave and so on. Let's see, Draco, what is he going to do? I think he will do he will go to this sustenance space where he gets 1 food. Well, he gets the food that's there. If we wait, then will be more food there because it keeps loading up. He also gets 1 wheat. So I'll grab that, 1 of these. And he gets to place 1 of these tiles with some farmland and some green lands there in his forest, where he later on can build the pastures to keep the animals. And he has to start off from the entrance to the cave here. And as you can see here, when he puts this down, he's going to cover up this 1 food here, which means he will get it. So he will get 1 food right away. Let's see, there we go. And so now he has 3 food. When we take a look at the board here, every time we get to 1 of these green markers, a little leaf, then we're going to go to the harvest. In the harvest, you need to pay 2 food for each of your dwarfs. You will also sort of harvest the fields if you have planted something there. And you will also do a breeding phase where if you have 2 animals of the same kind, then you're going to get a baby animal, or 3rd animal actually. So that was all of our placement. That was the first round. So then we will go home. And it goes quite quick, as you can see here in the beginning. And so we go to the second round, and the first thing that happens is we're going to reveal this round card. And it's some sheep farming. So now we can build some pastures. We can build some stables, which will also increase how many animals we can keep. And we will also start getting sheep here. So every round, we'll do this refilling now so you can see how it is. Then I will just skip it later on. But we will put a sheep there. Up here, we will put a ruby, but not before the start of round 3, as it says here. So we go over here. We're going to have some food. Let's see. Let's grab 1 food there. 1 there. We will have 2 ore. Here we will have some stone. 1 over there, 1 over there, and we will get some more wood as well. So 3 wood there, 1 over here, and 1 over there. And so we're ready to start the second round, and I'm still the first player. So I will start off. Now in the 4th round, which is covered up here, we will get the opportunity to wish for children, or to get more workers, to increase the dwarf family. And that's a really important thing, of course. As any worker placement game, you want to get as many workers as you can. So that's sort of what we are planning for now. But to do that, we will need another dwelling. Over here, let's see if I can zoom in on this board. Here we have the different dwellings. So the standard one costs 4 wood, 3 stone. You will get room for 1 dwarf, and you will get 3 points, as this shield indicates. Then there's 2 other cheap versions here. It's like just for 2 stone and 4 wood. But then it's the same function, but you don't get any points. That's the only difference. So let's see. We need to plan for that. So I will need 4 wood by the 4th round. Well, it's just 1 of us that's going to get it, and the other one has to wait for the 5th round. Because if I go somewhere with my dwarf, then that space is of course occupied. You can't go there. If you were playing with more people, then you would have a space that is called not copy, but sort of imitate, where you could go and you could imitate someone else, what they have been doing. But let's see, in a 2-player game that doesn't exist, I will just go here, grab some more ore. Oh wait, I'm going to go here then, so I get the food as well. And I get 2 more ore. And I'm doing one thing here, sort of getting these ores together to be able to get some weapons for my dwarves. Drac, on the other hand, is sort of going, right now he's going more of the classical path. Let's see, I think, yeah, he's going to get some wood here, which brings him up to 5 wood, so he's set for building the dwelling there. Well, it only takes 4. And in the clearing here, he also gets to put out another farm tile. So let's see how he's going to put that one. I think he will do it like this. So he's keeping those together. You don't need to do that, you can switch it around as you want, but there we go. Then it's my turn again. And now I will send one of my dwarves up here. I will pay, you can pay between 1 and 8, so I will pay all of my 6 ore to get a level 6 weapon. And the weapon I will put on like that, it's like a hat. So now he's a level 6 warrior, and he can go on the expedition, and it's a 3 on the expedition. So we take a look at this expedition card. So I can do 3 different, I can grab 3 different things, or from 3 different columns. I can't get both the wood and the dog, I have to choose between them. And I can go up to level 6, so as he gets stronger and stronger, then I can keep getting better and better stuff here. So let's see, what do I want? I want 1 stone for sure, because I will need it later on. I will also get we'll get one of these vegetables, it's called, of course. It takes so much space on the table. Alright, so that was 2 things. And then with my 3rd I will get a wheat, so I can start farming soon. So that was 3 things I got from the expedition. I went out in the sort of forest with my axe, and I found some vegetables, some wheat, and some stones. Right. And now it's Draco's 2nd turn, and well, he needs to get some stone, but he doesn't want to go over here now, because then he gets 2 stone, and he needs 3 for the dwelling. So he want to wait 1 round and let it build up. You could of course go to the supplies as well. You get 1 of each of these things. Let's see, I think he would like, okay, so he will go to the logging, and we'll get 3 more wood, and he will be using later on. And so that was the round. We will go home. And now I will place my dwarf here with the helmet. Oh, by the way, when I did those missions, he went up in levels. Now he's actually level 7, because he has got some experience from that trip in the forest. So he will increase every time I do a mission with him, or sort of go to one space where there is missions. It doesn't matter if it's 3 like there, or over here it's only 1. He gets 1 level. But I will put him in the bottom here, because he has to go last next round. He will sleep in, because, you know, he's been out fighting, or I don't know what you do when you get some vegetables in the forest. But anyway, so he needs to go last in the next round. And if I had like 2 dwarfs that had weapons, the one with the highest level weapon had to go last. So alright, so that was the 2nd round. We will switch this card over, and we will get some ore mine construction now. We can build an ore mine, but to do that, as you can see here on the card, let me put it up here, you will have to have some tunnels, 2 tunnels beneath it when you place it down. And we will also get to do 2 expeditions there. And so we will refill, we get a sheep over here. And now it's round 3, so now we start getting rubies out here as well. We'll get out 2 food, 1 there, 1 there. And now, since there's already 2 ore here, we don't put 2, we only put 1 ore there. So. We get some stone. Over at these bases, these are quite similar, but on this one you have to get a tunnel and a room space. Here you can choose if you want 2 room spaces, or so it's a bit better. Okay, so we have some wood, and the wood down here, and the wood there. So this, like this base, it only has 1 wood coming every round, but since it's quite bad in the beginning, it just keeps building up, and sooner or later it's going to be really attractive to go there. So it's quite a nice system, I think. And so we are in the 3rd round. I'm still the first player, and at the end of this round we're going to have some food for our dwarves. We're going to have 4 foods since we have 2 dwarves. That's not going to be a problem, but let's see, I think if I want to get a dwelling soon, I would need some wood as well. I would need some wood, so let's go grab... Let's not do that. I mean, the warrior can get the wood, because then he can get to do a mission as well. But if I don't take this one, maybe Draco takes it, so... But I think Draco's going to go for the stone. I can see that he needs stone. So maybe I should go... I think I will start building up my farmland here. So I will go over here, and I will grab these food that are there. I will get a wheat. And I will get to place my first farm tile, and I will place it in the same way that Draco did down here. And that means I get another food, because I covered up the food that we could see on the space there. So now I have 6 food, so I'm set for a while. And so it's Draco's turn. Now he wants to get an adventure dwarf as well, of course. I mean, the thing is, if I'm the first player, then he knows that I can go grab the stuff that we need for the wishing for children. So either he needs to take the first player from me, or he needs to accept that I will be the first one to do it, and then he could sort of focus a bit on something else right now. Yeah, he's going to go for the sheep farming. And here you can build 1 small pasture, you can build 1 big, and you can also build 1 stable. And so he will spend 4 wood to build a large pasture, and that will also get him 4 points at the end of the game. That's quite nice. He will put it, let's see, he will put it down here, and it has to be on the green area. You can't put it out in the forest. So he's putting it right there, and he gets the 2 sheep, and they can live there in the pasture. And now they will breed at the end of at the harvest. So that's good for him. He will keep getting more and more sheep, and he can start eating them. You can eat different things here. If you take a look down here, there's a little chart here. At any time you can convert these different things into food. The dog doesn't get you any food for some reason, but you can eat like donkeys and sheep and wheat and so on. So that's a way to get the food needs covered. You don't need to go and grab the food all the time. So that was Draco. He built some pastures. Now it's my turn, and I'm going to go on a mission over here, because I need to get the wood as well. So I'm getting the 3 wood here, and I will get to go on 1 mission, and I can go up to level 7 now. So let's see, I can even furnish a cavern. Well, I don't have the stuff I need for that anyway. So let's see, what am I going to grab? I can get 1 thing. That wasn't all too easy. But I think I will sort of, for the future, plan ahead, and I will grab some vegetables, because I'm going to use them to sort of farm later on. So I mean, you can do different things here. You can have different strategies. Right now I'm sort of heading the farm and expedition with the dwarves, sort of. While Draco is more into the farming. Perhaps he will go more into the mining business. We'll see. Alright, so that was the 3rd round, and we will go home with our dwarves. Oh, my guy leveled up, by the way, so he's level 8 now. So let's see if I can find 8 there. And Draco goes home. No, Draco had one more guy. What am I doing? Alright, so I was here, sorry. Get confused. Alright, so Draco gets to do one more thing, of course. And he needs more food. But he also would like to have the stone. I think actually he will go for the stone. Yeah, he will do it. He will grab the stone. And now he gets to get one of these tiles over here. And we'll see, he will put it, we'll start building his cave here. So he will put it like this. So that's the room and that's some tunnels. And he covers up one food, so he gets another food. And that's solved his food needs, and he got the stone at the same time. I just realized he could do that. Alright, so that was the end of the third round. We will go home. And I will set up for the fourth round. And so we are ready for the fourth round, and I did it in the wrong order. I refilled everything, but you should actually do the harvest first, of course, because of this symbol here. So let's do the harvest. So in the first thing that happens in the harvest is the field phase, where if you had something planted, you would get to sort of harvest one of the wheat or vegetables that you had planted. None of us had done that, so we'll just go straight for the feeding phase. We have 2 dwarf each, so we will have to pay 4 food. Here's my food, and here's Draco's 4 food. So that goes to the bank. And so we go to the next step, which is the breeding phase. I don't have any animals at all, but Draco has 2 sheep, so he will get a baby sheep or a third sheep here. And his pasture here can hold up to 4 animals, because you can have 2 animals in each sort of space, and it consists of 2 spaces, so you can have 4. But you can also add a stable there later on, and then he can have, it doubles, so then you can have 8 animals here. But they have to be of the same kind, you can't mix animals in those pastures. Alright, so now we are ready for the fourth round, and so I'm still the first player, and I need to start thinking about getting a dwelling, so I can go a wish for children over there, because we can do that now. The space is either you can wish for children, which is you get another dwarf, or you can go furnish a dwelling. It's sort of like furnishing a cavern, but in the cavern you can build different kinds of buildings. In the furnish a dwelling action, you only get to build a dwelling. And of course you have to do that sort of instead of getting those, getting the children there. Alright, so I'll go to grab some stone because I'm going to need that. And when I do that, I can also get one of these tunnel systems built. So I will go for this one where we have both the tunnel and the room. And the reason I want the tunnels is when I get 2 of these, then I can build a mine on top of it. And when I cover this up here, I will get another food as well, so that's not bad. Then it's Draco's turn, and let's see what he's going for. Of course, he has what he needs, so he will just go over here. He will get dog. The dog works sort of like you can have it out here in the forest, and it can watch 1 sheep. So, it's 2 sheep, 1 more than you have a dog. So right now Draco could have 2 sheep over here that the dog is watching, but he has a pasture, so he doesn't need that. But if he gets too many sheep, then some of them could be out here with the dog. Alright, so he is going to furnish the cavern, and so he will pay 4 of his all of his wood, all of his stone, which is 3, and he will get a dwelling. And he will have to put it in one of these rooms. So we'll just put it over here. And he will get 3 points at the end. And now he has place for another dwarf. So that's going to be his next action. Go and wish for children. Because if you have seen the Lord of the Rings, then you know that Gimli says that there are no dwarf women. So the way the way the new dwarfs are coming to the world, they just pop out of the ground. That's what he's telling Legolas, at least. So I like that they sort of kept it here. You're wishing for children. Alright, so it's my turn, and I have my little fighter dwarf. I think I'll go on some kind of mission. Yeah, I need more wood. Yeah, so let's do that. He's going to go over here. I get 3 more wood. So now I'm set to build a dwelling in the next round. And I will get to go on 1 mission, and now he's level 8. So let's see. Oh yeah, now he can go and furnish a cavern right away. That's perfect. Alright, so then I don't have to wait for the next round. So I will pay 4 wood and 3 stone, and I will get my dwelling over here. So now I'm ready as well, but of course Draco has one more dwarf to use this round, so he will go straight ahead for the wish for children, and then he will just place another pawn on there. So when it's over, which is now, when he goes home, he will have 3 dwarfs instead. And this little baby dwarf, sort of, he will only cost 1 food for the first year, or sort of until the next harvest, which is after next round. So you have to remember that. So I will go home, and since I went on a mission, my dwarf leveled up to level 9. There we go. And so we will set up for the 5th round, but we will do that in the next video. So if you want to see how this continues, you need to go to part 2. And in part 2 you will also see how we start getting more and more options here, what we can do. We will start excavating our caves a bit more, build some mines. We will also go on more adventures. Of course, Draco needs to get a fighter dwarf of his own. We will start building these bonus buildings that will give us different bonuses. And a lot of things will happen. So I hope you will watch the next part as well. Thank you for watching this one. Now please don't forget to like the video. And I will see you in part 2.